Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Easy English Boost. In today's lesson, you will learn how to talk about your life in English. We'll cover important life events like birth, education, work, marriage, family, and more. By the end of this video, you'll be able to speak about your life clearly and confidently. Let's go step by step and learn simple and correct English for each stage. Let's begin with birth. When we talk about birth in English, we always use the structure, I was born. You can say, I was born in for a place or a year, and I was born on for an exact date. For example, I was born in Moscow. I was born in 2002. I was born on June 10th. This is the correct and natural way to talk about your birth in English. Now, let's look at some common questions. You can ask, where were you born and when were you born? These are very common questions when talking about someone's life. Now, remember an important rule. We use in for a place, year, or month, and we use on for an exact date. For example, I was born in 2000. I was born in May. I was born on June 5th. Keep this rule in mind to avoid mistakes. Now, let's look at some common mistakes. Don't say, I born in London, I am born in 1998, or I born in India. The correct form is, I was born in London. Always remember to use was or were with born. Now, let's see a short conversation. Emma, where were you born? Ryan, I was born in Manchester. When were you born? Ryan, I was born in 1998. This is how you can ask and answer questions about birth in English. After birth, we grow up and go to school. To talk about education, you can use simple expressions like, I studied at, I went to school in, I graduated in, and I graduated from. For example, I studied at a local school near my home. I went to school in a small town. I completed my schooling in 2018. I graduated in 2022. I graduated from Delhi University. I did my degree in engineering. These expressions will help you talk about your education clearly in English. Now, let's look at a common mistake. Don't say, I graduated college. The correct form is, I graduated from college. Always remember to use from after graduated. Now, let's see a short conversation. Emma, where did you go to school? Ryan, I studied at a school near my home. Emma, when did you graduate? Ryan, I graduated in 2022. This is how you can talk about your education in everyday English. Then, we start working and build our career. To talk about work, you can use simple expressions like, I got a job, I was hired, I work as a, and I was promoted. For example, I got my first job in 2021. I was hired by a tech company. I work as a software developer. I was promoted last year. I started working after college. I work in an IT company. These expressions will help you talk about your work and career in English. Now, let's look at some more natural sentences. You can say, I got a job right after graduation. I was hired as a junior developer. I work as a teacher in a school. I was promoted to a manager position. These sentences sound more natural in everyday conversation. Now here are some common questions you can ask about work. What do you do for a living? What do you do for work? Where do you work? Let's look at a short conversation. Emma, what do you do for a living? Ryan, I work as a software developer. Emma, where do you work? Ryan, I work at a tech company. This is how you can talk about your job and career in English. Before marriage, people may get engaged. Engaged means planning to get married soon. To talk about engagement, you can use expressions like, I am engaged, we are engaged, and we got engaged. For example, I am engaged. We got engaged last month. My friend is engaged. They got engaged recently. I got engaged in 2023. We got engaged after a long relationship. I am engaged and planning my wedding. Now, let's look at some common mistakes. Don't say they engaged or we engaged. The correct forms are they are engaged, they got engaged, and we got engaged. Always remember to use are or got with engaged. Now, let's see a short conversation. Emma, are you engaged? Sophia, yes, I am engaged. When did you get engaged? Sophia, I got engaged last year. This is how you can talk about engagement in everyday English. Now, let's talk about marriage. To talk about marriage, you can use two common expressions. I got married for the event, and I am married for your current status. For example, I got married in 2022. I got married last year. I am married. I am not married. I got married in a small ceremony. I got married after college. I am happily married. I got married in June. I got married in my hometown. Let's look at some common questions about marriage. You can ask, are you married? How long have you been married? And when did you get married? Here are some possible answers. Yes, I am married. No, I am not married. I have been married for 3 years. I got married in 2022. Now, let's see a short conversation. Emma, are you married? Ryan, yes, I am married. Emma, how long have you been married? Ryan, I have been married for 3 years. This is how you can ask and answer questions about marriage in English. After marriage, people may start a family. To talk about family, you can use expressions like, I have children. She is pregnant. They are having a baby, and they are expecting a baby. For example, I have 2 children. My sister is pregnant. They are having a baby soon. They are expecting their first child. I have a son and a daughter. These expressions will help you talk about family and children in English. Now, let's look at some more natural sentences. You can say, we are planning to start a family. They are having a baby next month. She is pregnant and very happy. My brother has 1 child. Now, here are some common questions you can ask. When is the baby due? Is it a boy or a girl? Let's look at a short conversation. Emma, are they having a baby? Sophia, yes, they are expecting a baby. Emma, when is the baby due? Sophia, the baby is due in August. This is how you can talk about family and children in English. Later in life, people stop working. This is called retirement. To talk about retirement, you can use expressions like, I am retired, he retired in, and I plan to retire. For example, my father is retired. He retired in 2015. I plan to retire at 60. She is retired and enjoying her life. He retired after many years of work. I want to retire early. She plans to retire next year. My parents are retired now. He retired at the age of 65. These expressions will help you talk about retirement clearly in English. Now, let's understand an important difference. Retired shows your current status, and retired in talks about a past event. For example, he is retired. This is his current status. He retired in 2015. This tells us when it happened. Now, here are some common questions you can ask. Are you retired? When do you plan to retire? Are you enjoying your retirement? These questions will help you talk about retirement in real-life conversations. Now, let's look at a short conversation about retirement. Emma, are you retired? Daniel, yes, I am retired. Emma, are you enjoying your retirement? Daniel, yes, I enjoy it a lot. This is how you can talk about retirement in simple and natural English. Finally, let's talk about the end of life. This is a sensitive topic, so we usually use polite and respectful language. To talk about death, we commonly use expressions like passed away, which is more polite, died, which is more direct, and dead, which is an adjective. For example, he passed away last year. She passed away peacefully. He died in 2005. My grandfather passed away recently. The man is dead. Using polite language is very important when talking about this topic. Now, let's look at some more natural sentences. You can say, her grandmother passed away last month. He died after a long illness. My neighbor passed away yesterday. The dog died last year. Now, let's understand an important difference. Passed away is more polite and respectful. Died is more direct and neutral. Dead is an adjective used to describe someone. For example, he passed away last year. He died in 2005. He is dead. Using the right word helps you speak more respectfully in English. Now, let's look at some questions. You can ask, when did he pass away, or when did she die? Remember, these questions are sensitive, so use them carefully. Now let's see a short conversation. Emma, I heard about your grandfather. Ryan, yes, he passed away last year. Emma, I'm sorry to hear that. Ryan, thank you. This is how you can speak politely and respectfully about this topic in English. Let's look at a full example of how to talk about your life. I was born in London in 2000 and grew up there. I completed my schooling at Greenwood High School and later graduated from Oxford University in 2022 with a degree in computer science. After that, I started my career in 2023, and I currently work as a software developer at Technova Solutions. At the moment, I'm not married, but I hope to start a family in the future. This is how you can talk about your life clearly and confidently in English. Now, let's look at an example of married life. I was born in London in 1995 and grew up there. I completed my education and started working as a teacher. I got married in 2021, and now I live with my husband in a small apartment. We both work, and we enjoy spending time together on weekends. This is how you can talk about your married life in simple and natural English. Next, let's look at an example of starting a family. I was born in Toronto in 1992 and studied business at university. After working for a few years, I got married in 2019. Now, we are expecting a baby, and we are very excited about starting a family. We are preparing everything for the baby's arrival. This is how you can talk about having a baby in clear and easy English. Let us look at an example of family life. I was born in New York in 1990 and have been working as an engineer for many years. I am married and have 2 children. I usually spend my evenings with my family, and we enjoy doing activities together. Family is very important to me. This is how you can talk about your family life in English. Now, let's look at an example of retirement. I was born in Sydney in 1960 and worked as a doctor for many years. I retired in 2020 at the age of 60. Now I enjoy my free time, travel to different places, and spend time with my family. Life after retirement is peaceful and relaxing. This is how you can talk about your life after retirement in clear and natural English. Now, let's look at an example of talking about loss in a polite way. I was born in London and lived with my grandparents during my childhood. My grandfather passed away a few years ago, and it was a difficult time for our family. We still remember him and talk about the good memories we shared. This is how you can talk about loss in a respectful and gentle way in English. Now, let's look at a more advanced and natural way to talk about your life. I was born and raised in Toronto, where I also completed my education. I went on to build my career in my early 20s, and I'm currently working as a manager at a well-known company. I got married in 2012, and since then, we've been blessed with a child. At the moment, I live in Toronto with my family, and we make it a point to spend meaningful time together despite our busy schedules. Looking ahead, I hope to retire within the next 10 years so that I can dedicate more time to my family and pursue my personal interests. This is how you can speak about your life in a more natural, fluent, and confident way. Great job today. Now you can talk about your life in English like a pro. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Keep practicing, keep improving, and keep speaking English with confidence. See you in the next video on Easy English Boost.